We're back with Collin Hines. This is the full interview right here. You've come to the right place. This is the Vaccine, KMSC 1500 AM radio, nonprofit student organization on Minnesota State University Moorhead's campus. For more information, visit dragonradio.org or call the studio at 218-477-2115, especially if you have questions for my man Collin Hines. For the listeners who weren't tuned in before, where do you hail from, Collin?
A little bit everywhere. My dad was in the military, so I moved around a lot. So I was born in England, and I spent a lot of my time there. I was there for high school for the most part. So that's where I get a lot of my influence from. But, you know, I've lived a couple different places, lots of different houses, so all over the place.
So, yeah. So you've got a lot of experience under your belt, and that really helps with the sort of career path you've picked for now. Which is
film,
Film, yeah.
Directing. That's the major goal. So I definitely agree, though. I've had a lot of different experiences, so I can incorporate all that into my writing and my films. So it's been a blessing.
Yeah, student director Collin Hines. So when did you decide you wanted to be involved with film?
I've known for a long time, to be honest with you. Like I've been making things since I was a little kid. I've got like home videos that we had a camera that like I recorded things on tapes. And so I've got videos that I made when I was like 6 or 7, just like, really bad movies, obviously, but they're all recorded on tapes that we've transferred over digitally. And so I've been doing this for a long time. I think in high school is when I realized I can make a career out of it, though. So that's when I started taking it seriously.
Awesome. So who have your inspirations been? Like, was there any particular sort of film that really set you on fire for this?
There's definitely a few. I can give you the typical film student answer and say Quentin Tarantino, but every film student will tell you that. I know there's a couple movies, like specific movies, that I remember just enjoying a lot and wanting to make something like it. So if you've ever seen the movie Frank, it's a really, really weird movie, and it took me a couple watches to get into it, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So disclaimer, if anyone's listening out there and they go watch Frank, don't come back at me after one watch and say, why would you suggest that? Give it a few times. It'll grow on you. But anyway, so that movie, definitely a big inspiration for me. I saw it first in high school at a age when I was very impressionable. And I was like, man, I can make something like this. So,
yeah. So, what is your favorite part about film and video media in general?
I think it's definitely the storytelling. Like, people can tell stories with this medium in a way that other mediums can't. The combination of audio and the visuals, it's kind of like it's the closest we can get to showing you a whole experience without you actually having that experience, because otherwise music is great. I love music, but it definitely can only show you so much as far as the medium goes. And then same thing with writing, something like that. And so film is just really unique and special in the way that it can communicate to us the message they're trying to get through.
I feel a little attacked, I'll say, as a music person.
Listen. I'll say I love music. I'm an avid music listener. I always have been. I just, film master race. So.
Yeah. So you like to tell these stories. That's the passion with film. But what do you want people to feel when they view content you want to make in the future?
I think everything that I make has an element of personal experience in it. Everything that I make, I have dealt with at one time or another, or maybe the message behind it is something that I've dealt with and I want to get across. And so when I make something, I want people to watch it and feel what I felt in that moment. And so that's the ultimate goal. Obviously, it's hard to convey emotions, but I've just had a lot of experiences in my life and I want to share them. I feel like the best way for me to tell stories is through video, and hopefully, people feel it.
Yeah. So speaking of what you want people to feel, well, what have you been involved with so far for projects and such? I know we had interviewed Jack Starling a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
I heard you helped with him.
Yeah, Jack Starling. I directed his music video for Elevate. So it's up on YouTube right now if you want to go watch it. It's on Jack Starling's channel. So just search up Elevate Jack Starling, and it'll come up. And so I've done that. I've done a couple other projects myself. I have a YouTube channel. And actually, after this interview, I'm going to be dropping a new short that I've made with a special someone in it. So,
okay, folks. So I got to tell you, I'm looking to be a star. This special someone is your next actor, radio host, writer. I'm just going to cover all the mediums,
Right. Yeah. So Pete was in my next short film that I'm dropping. It's only about a minute long. I did it for class, but it turned out pretty well. And so after the interview, I'm probably going to release it on YouTube. And so my YouTube channel is Collin BH. If anybody's looking to subscribe out there. So yeah.
No, I was able to see your Jack Starling music video, and folks, let me tell you. Transitions, great in that. But what else have you been working on, Collin?
Let's see. This past weekend, I was actually in a student film called All In.
Ooh,
I was
double threat, director, actor, right here. Yeah.
So I was an actor in it, which I normally don't act very often. I kind of did it as a favor for a friend. Their other actor dropped out, and so I did it last minute, and so I shot pretty much all weekend for it, and it went pretty well. I'm not sure when it releases, but yeah, that should turn out well. And then I'm working on my own short film soon. So
mysterious, great. So you what sort of genre? Okay, I know a lot of film students are looking to be in the horror genre.
Right.
I know. Yeah. Okay, and I'm not dunking on any of that.
No,
okay, that's great. Go do what you want to do. But I've heard personally, because we're mates.
Right.
You're into a little different genre there.
Yeah. As far as horror films go, like those are great when a studio makes them. It's just as hard for student films because we don't have the budget or the actors or any other stuff that makes the horror films good. And so it can kind of turn out cringy when a student film's doing it. So I try to stay away from that. I kind of like just more narrative stuff. So like, I'm trying to give you an example in a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. Yeah, that's a really good movie. So kind of that genre, So just a narrative kind of film. I'm into most genres, so I'm open to make anything, but a lot of the the stories and emotions I want to convey are probably like conveyed best through just a drama or a narrative kind of storytelling mode.
And then one of my last questions about sort of film related, I guess, it would be you went to the South Dakota Film Festival?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you showed me this one short film. I forget the name. Something about diamonds, maybe. But it was it was very sad. But you seem to be very affected by it.
That I didn't expect to cry in a crowded theater, is what I'm gonna say. But yeah, no, it's really good. The whole festival was really good, and so there was some good projects and some not so good projects. But yeah, I was not expecting that. Then that movie came on, and I was like, oh wow, I'm really crying out here.
So if unhindered in any way, you don't even have to think realistically, what would be your dream life?
I'd be working for a production studio probably as a director, and I would get free reign over my creative ideas, and that they would, I guess, just fund my movies and give me a crew and all that. And I don't know, just probably be happy out there with a family and a dog, maybe a cat. I haven't decided yet.
Twist it up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm flexible.
So folks, you may not have listened to the vaccine before, but on the vaccine, we're a little more calmer. Okay, all is well. You're safe and sound. That's sort of one of the mottos around here. You're a cure for the bad vibe flu. So we're gonna get into a little more uplifting questions, I guess, is the term there. So, Collin, well, where, if anywhere, do you dream to go?
I've been to a lot of places in Europe, and I really love Europe. But like my dream is to see as much of the world as I can before I die. And so I think next I'd like to go to Asia somewhere, maybe Japan. We'll see. I don't know. I think right now, if I could go anywhere, I'd like to go back to England for a little bit. So,
yeah, home is where the heart is. So what would you call your happy place? Whether that's like an actual physical place or just somewhere you like envision and calm down?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I find my happy place in people more than I do places. And I've kind of been raised that way because I move around so often. You can't make your happy place a real place. So yeah, definitely my happy place is just in certain people out there. If you're listening, you know who you are. So
yeah. So what makes you calm?
I don't know, to be honest with you. So I have a lot of trouble sleeping at night, and so I have to like try to get myself to relax. So I drink a lot of tea. That helps. Maybe that's the British in me, but I drink a lot of tea. Sometimes I like try to read a book to calm down. That doesn't always work because I don't want to read a book.
Yeah, so I get you there. I haven't finished a book in like a year.
yeah, it's been a while. I'm not gonna lie, but I just kind of try to chill out. I put in some like calm music. I've got a whole playlist on Spotify. Yeah.
That's good. How about what makes you laugh?
I don't know. I think that's definitely just like having a good time with friends. So it's certain people just get my humor, and so I can definitely appreciate hanging out with somebody who can make me laugh without trying. So I'd say most of my laughter comes from hanging out with friends.
Yeah. So, and last of this little series here, what makes you proud?
I think what makes me proud is seeing how far I've come, just personally, and I mean, even let me film too, but like personally, I've come a long way throughout the years. I've had tough times. It's hard moving every once in a while, and you have to kind of mature a lot faster than you normally would. But it's been good, and so I'm proud of who I've become, and so that I've gone through everything I've gone through, and made it here a sound person.
Yeah, no. As someone who moved around quite a bit as well, I get that. So what is your favorite thing about the world in general?
The world is so big, and there's never once you think you've seen everything there is to see, there's always more. And so it's easy to go to Europe and see France and Germany, and you're like, well, the rest of Europe's probably like that. But then you go to the rest of Europe and it's completely different. Every place is new. And that's, one thing I loved about living, moving often, is that I never got stagnant. I was always seeing new places, new experiences, new culture. And so I had to, learn to adapt. And so I think what's great about the world is that there's good everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then here's a little quirky one, I guess. What is your weirdest sort of skill or talent that you're willing to admit, I should say?
I've gotten pretty good at hacky sack since I've gotten to college.
Oh yeah. Okay, so just for some context, there was a little hacky sack league club.
Yeah, it's a club,
Yeah. Have you guys been meeting?
No, I mean we don't have regular meetings. It's kind of a more spontaneous thing.
Okay.
We're all free spirits.
I was there during one.
Yeah.
Yep. Throwing around the sack, but we're getting into the rapid fire round, our rapid fire breakfast round. You may have heard it last week with Darian Clark. This time we're here with Collin Hines. It's expanded. So we're gonna start with some normal breakfast foods here,
All right.
and you're just gonna answer the question. So first we have a triple threat to
Okay.
open the rapid fire round.
Nice.
So would you rather have a bagel, or are you a true Brit? Do you like an English muffin or toast?
It's gotta be toast. I'm a big toast guy.
Yeah. Wow. I wouldn't see that, but yeah. Okay. What do you like on the toast?
Sometimes I don't like anything. Just
Ooh.
toast. I can eat.
Just nothing.
I can just eat toast at any time.
Oh.
Just plain toast.
I gotta have at least butter. I am. What is the word? It's not proud. It's impressed.
Yeah.
Impressed. I'm
Plain toast. I'm a fan. So.
So donut or muffin?
I feel like it's depends on the donut. You know, some of them are too sweet for me,
Yeah.
and it depends on the muffin. So if we're talking like a good blueberry muffin,
Yeah.
that's probably it. But you know,
Perfect of each. Think you have the
Right.
perfect of each.
I've
Which
got
one?
I've got the ideal muffin, the ideal donut.
Yes.
Okay, it's gotta be the muffin then.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm a big donut guy.
Yeah.
Big donut. So eggs or bacon?
Ooh.
Yeah, you can only have one. I
yeah.
know they go together.
That's a rough thing.
And not okay. I love you Keezy comments. Let's imagine they're not Keezy eggs.
Okay, that's good because I appreciate the unlimited food, Keezy, but your eggs are trash. Okay, so it's got to be eggs, and I say that for my health because
Yeah, no,
bacon
I get
will give you a heart attack.
What's it? 7 minutes off your life every time. Yeah. So pancakes or waffles? Basically the same, but are
Right.
you into the structure of a waffle?
I gotta say I'm more of a pancake guy.
Really?
Yeah. I
Wow.
think waffles are just. If you get the right waffles, it's not bad. But some of them are just they're too like solid, you know.
Oh, I get you. I like the crunch. I got to be honest. I'm a
Yeah.
big crunch.
I'm more of a soft food guy. I kind of like to gum on some food.
So last of part one of our breakfast food rapid fire round. What is your favorite breakfast food in general?
In general, you know, I'm a sucker for a bowl of cereal.
Oh,
I've
that's perfect.
yeah,
Keep going. Keep
you know,
going.
all my life, cereal. That's been the moves. Every time I'm hungry, it doesn't matter what time of day it is. Bowl of cereal always hits the spot.
That's perfect. That's a perfect transition because part two, the final part of the rapid fire breakfast food round, is all about cereal. So here we go. Here. Honey Bunches of Oat or Frosted Flakes?
Honey Bunch of Oats.
Oh. Cheerios or Fruit Loops?
It's gotta be Cheerios.
Yeah. Lucky Charms or Trix?
Lucky Charms, Trix is not good.
They're for kids. It's
they're for kids. I can't eat
We're
it anymore.
adults now,
Right.
Yeah. Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles all the way. This is the greatest cereal ever made.
I would die happy with a Fruity Pebbles cereal bar in my hand.
Absolutely.
Okay, Mini Wheats or Raisin Bran? Do you like either?
That's the big one, isn't it? I gotta say, I'm more of a Raisin Bran guy.
Ooh.
Mini Wheats are just too like.
They get too soggy?
Yeah, there's about a 2-minute period where Mini Wheats are great,
I see.
but then after that, like, you know, at one point they're too crunchy and they're too hard, and then the other part is like they're just like shredded goop. I don't know, it's not
That's
great.
Oh, yeah. I love me a good bowl of Mini Wheats and Raisin Bran, so
Right.
sorry, folks, I'm a monster. Okay, so we've talked about this question in the past, and folks out there, I want you to know whatever gets said, either way is right, okay? It does, and I love you, even if you pick the one that I wouldn't pick, okay? So here we go, Colin. Milk first or cereal first?
Okay, listen. There is a correct answer to this one. And like, I know people say there isn't, but there is a correct answer, and it's the cereal first, because if you pour the milk in first, you're going to make a mess when you pour the cereal into the milk. It just logistically, it makes more sense. If the only way I'll say milk is okay first is if you had the milk out already, and then the cereal is not out. However, if you have both of them sitting next to you, it's got to be cereal first. It's just less of a mess.
Okay. So thank you for that. That was a great rapid fire breakfast round. You won.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Woo! So what's next for Collin Hines coming up here?
Oh, what is next? That's the big question. Sometimes I don't know, but so hopefully going to class, doing homework.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of final projects coming up, and then hopefully next semester I can get cracking on my own film. That's it'll probably be a short film. It'll be like 30 minutes long probably. So I'm gonna finish up the script soon, and then hopefully I can get cracking on that next semester.
So you can see Collin. He has directed Jack Starling's latest video. You can see that on Jack Starling's YouTube channel. You can go to Collin BH, correct?
Yeah.
YouTube to see some of his other work. And you can see him in the new student film coming out soon, All In.
Yeah, it should be good, folks. Go check it out. By the way, let me give a quick shout out. My parents are listening to the radio show right now. Hey mom, hey dad, what's going on?
Classic. I hope, I can only hope my parents are listening right now. I hope I'm making you guys proud. This has been Collin Hines, folks. I hope you enjoyed. What you got to say to everybody else, Collin?
Everybody have a good night. So if you listen to this radio show, then you're the GOAT. What can I say? The Vaccine is the greatest radio show on the planet Earth. So
I will take that and use that as a soundbite.
do it.